Hi folks, this is Andy Korodeski with Cellarmasters of Los Angeles Home Winemaking Club, and this is my June video, and it's basically going to be about leaf pulling and hedging and lateral pulling and all of the sort of June tasks that we do in the vineyard. All with the idea that the plants need to have sun, they need to have airflow in and around the clusters and the shoots, and we need to enable that by getting rid of any extra leaves and shoots and that sort of thing. And also we also want to get these leaves pulled because so that we can spray well, so we can spray against powdery mildew. And so what I have done earlier this morning is I've gone ahead and hedged, basically. So that's chopping off all the tops of the vines that were, if you can see them all on the ground there. A lot of these vines were 5 or 6 feet longer than they are, or taller than they are now. And so that's the top of the top of the vines. And so now I'm going to work on the bottoms of the vines in the fruit zone. The first thing I'm going to do is look for laterals, and laterals are usually very easy to find. Here's a lateral. So if you look around at all of these other leaves, they're dark green, they're large, they've been there for a while, and here is a bunch of leaves that are light green and very small. And if you look in, you get right in here, sure enough, that's a lateral shoot. And so lateral shoots, they do actually add sugar to the system, but oftentimes that sugar is below the grapes, so it's not going into the grapes, and it always is blocking airflow, which increases mildew pressure, and it also blocks any sprays that you're putting on for anything, for insects or for mildew. So we get rid of all of those. Additionally, if you can see down here, there's a little branch coming off, and this has no reason being there, so that's gone. So the idea is just to get rid of leaves and that block air and block your spray. And so what I also do is I pull the leaves in the fruit zone. And so I just start pulling the leaves around the fruit. You get these out of here. I pull the leaves up to the top cluster. So if you look in here, you can see that there are 2 clusters here, and this is the top cluster, and I pulled the leaf from there. And so now this cluster is there's airflow around both of these clusters. Powdery mildew will be will not have as much opportunity to grow, and I will be able to get spray in there. And so here I'm trying to get a closer view. You can do it on down here too. So I'm just pulling leaves, and this shoot has no fruit on it. Generally I would pull it. However, it's growing from down here, which means it could possibly be it could possibly in the winter next year, cut this vine here, or this spur here, and use this as my spur. I mean, it's a little shoot. It probably won't work out. So I'm going to leave it for today and give it a look in a month or so. And if it's still just a small, mangy looking little shoot, I'll get rid of it. But as you can see, there were a bunch of leaves around these shoots that are interfering with, a bunch of leaves around these bunches interfering with the airflow and interfering with the application of sprays. So we just try to get rid of everything in the fruit zone. Let's see, here's some more. And here's more down here. And it really you just do everything you can to clean up the fruit zone. And again, I usually pull leaves all up to the second cluster. So on this particular shoot, you can see that the first cluster is down here, the second cluster is here, and here's the leaf opposite the second cluster. So I get rid of that. And you just dig in, you just start pulling leaves. You're not really gonna hurt anything by pulling the leaves, and it's gonna be very beneficial for fruit production. What I also do, so I'm on the north side of these vines right now, so I will clean out all of these leaves for the whole vineyard. The south side of the vineyard is a little different in that the bunches could get sunburnt. So what I do is I try to leave some of these higher leaves like this, which protect against that noon sun coming down on the grapes, and it seems to work pretty well. And also, if you leaf pull early, like in June, this is early June, the grapes seem to grow they have some kind of natural sun protection that they produce. If you do it late in the summer and they haven't produced that sun protection, then the chances of them getting burned is much higher. So yeah, so I just will do this through the entire vineyard, and then the last thing is that I also need to spray, and it doesn't make any sense to spend the time and money spraying leaves and shoots that you're just going to cut off. So I hedge the vineyard first and pull all the leaves first and then spray, and that's the process. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video.